Hello comrades, and welcome back to Panzer General 3D. I'm the Megwanlat, with me, Megwanlat Palora. Now I have to be honest, this is merely a test for myself. I will try to play as much as possible, but the campaign might end abruptly as I give it up in disgust or disappointment. The thing is, I've been trying a lot of turn-based strategy games lately. I've tried Panzer Corps, I've tried Order of Battle, I've tried Warhammer 40k Armageddon, and many others. And I have failed to find any game except Armageddon that I actually enjoy playing. And even that one's not all the time, not too long. So I've reinstalled Panzer General 3. I finally got it to work properly in Windows 10. It's a bitch to get it to work decently enough. The GOG version, which this is, works pretty well, except when you go into the option menu or the HQ. So it will lag horribly. The mouse scroll speed is gonna be pretty bad. As you can see, it's already different. So I'm actually playing this in full screen with DxWnd, which is a program that will allow you to play in Windows, because apparently doing this will allow it to work properly without any hangups. As far as I know, we might get some crashes, hopefully not. So anyway, I got this thing to work properly or acceptably and we are gonna try and see if new games are just bad compared to Panzer General 3, or I am just too old to enjoy them anymore. So we're gonna play as... not sure how many happen. We're gonna play as the German, because I know everybody likes playing as Germans. These days I really do not care about playing as the Axis powers. I find them annoying, boring, and overhyped, I guess? Overestimated. The Germans got lucky, in my opinion. Anyway, 18, okay, so we have 18 battles. Everybody wants to play with Rommel, right? I guess. There's a couple of different things. Rating 110, not sure what this is. Difficulty rating maybe? 110. Alright, yep, that's difficulty. We're also gonna play it a bit on easy. I know I'm getting old and I don't have the patience for these games, so we might get in on this. Reinforcements quality is gonna be fine. Chance for a special leader, we're gonna put this on plus just because it's more fun that way. Chance for a prototype, I'm gonna keep it normal. Chance for promotions, no. Actually no, it's fine. Promotions come with a caveat in Panzer General 3. Also, I forgot to say this. I enjoy Panzer General 3 more than Panzer General 2 or any other game based on Panzer General 2, which every single turn-based strategy game is based. And well, you'll see why if you haven't seen this game. I will post in the description of the video the steps I took that made the game work as it does. There may be some that don't work. Also, there is a DirectDraw wrapper. It does not work on Windows 10. It makes your units, your ground unit, invisible for some reason. It's annoying because it was a very good wrapper and it allowed your game to be full screen, 1080p, and with proper looking units. The game is ancient. It's also problematic. Chance of leader survival, I was gonna put this up because I hate losing leaders. And you know, yeah, fuck it, keep it standard, whatever. I don't really want my most common leader types to be recon. For those of you who don't know, these two affect how many leaders of a certain type you get. I like having artillery. Artillery leaders are great, although artillery leaders die a lot slower, a lot harder. Unless I fuck up, which I may fuck up. Also, insults, swears, and the abundant use of the word fuck will be included in this Let's Play, so if you don't like that, thank you for coming by. Alright, not sure, I mean, playing Panzer General, honestly, we could get Panzers, but they're not that important, surprisingly enough, because we have to take cities, and infantry with artillery support take cities, not Panzers. On the other hand, we have plains and wide open spaces between the cities and us, so... Alright, and these are campaign options. Restrict leaders, no. Destroying, starting leader quality. We are playing as Germany. Germany did have better leaders, especially at the height level, than the Allies, especially when compared with the Russians, but we're not fighting against the Russians. Panzer General 3D is only interested in fighting the Western Allies. And it's also, you know, the first of the games in the series using the new rules. So there are some caveats. Liverpool, it's fine. Those are slots. You know, I'm gonna put this because I want to have more slots. I like having more units, and it's amazing that this game I had these many options. Ammunition is fine, entrenchment is fine, refit. I have no idea what this does. I believe it's how cheap the refits are, or how much HP your units recover, or unit strength is fine. I don't want to be outnumbered by the enemy, although I might. It's fine. So we're not playing we're playing towards the easy mode. 0 is very easy, 200 is very hard. I'm fine with this. I could get prototypes, but it's fine. The Rommel campaign takes you through up to 18 battles in Europe, North Africa and North America. Erwin Rommel, one of the greatest of German commanders, with the lightning power of decision, a soldier of the greatest bravery and unequaled dash. Always in the front line, he inspired his men to new deeds and heroism by his example. Field Marshal model. Whatever.
After 6 months of the phony war, complacency was the order of the day for Allied troops manning the Maginot Line in 1940. Expecting an invasion of France to come from the north, Allied forces raced into Belgium at the first sign of attack. The Germans, however, were not cooperating. In an audacious gambit, they opted to march an armoured spearhead through the supposedly impassable Ardennes and thrust it deep into the Allies' vulnerable flanks.
In reality, the French and British did not think the Ardennes was impassable, they just thought it was very hard to go through it. They also knew the Germans were going to attack there, but as more of a diversionary attack meant to draw away troops from the Belgian front. Sacrifice at Sedan. After forcing its way through the dense Ardennes forest of eastern Belgium, the German army was ready to break out into the open farmland of northern France and head for the English Channel, trapping the best French and British troops in Belgium. That's actually true. The French and British sent all of their best troops there, with the French gambling on that being the main attack and not even following their own plans. Rather than sending about half of their best troops into Belgium, they decided to send all of them. Send everything! Which obviously left the Sedan front with B reserve troops, which are like the crappiest troops you can have in the French army, as well as no reinforcements. There were some decent A reserve troops at Sedan and at the exits from the Ardennes forest, but well, the Germans sent the best they had, also experienced veteran troops from the Polish campaign. The French, having mistakenly believed that the Ardennes would prevent a swift mechanized advance, have left reserve forces to guard the approaches to Sedan. The appearance of panzers opposite Sedan was unexpected. Not really. They did expect a swift mechanized advance was unlikely. A swift mechanized assault was actually not what the Germans did in the Ardennes. but the French counterattacks that were already planned, just in case, failed to actually be as fast as planned. Series of mistakes, bad choices, horrible decision making on the part of the French, and the refusal to use radios prevented the French counterattack from happening before the Germans bashed through the forces around Sedan and managed to entrench their position. Their primary objectives are to capture Sedan, Le Chesne, Rethel and Vouzières. Time limit 16, Germany versus France. No new prototypes, no new equipment, nothing new. We have a bunch of decorated leaders. Feuermann in an anti-tank. Rank 2, yes, not very good. We can probably promote him, we have some promotions, but these people are, we have a very good fighter, Fischer. Fighter pilot who has Hawkeyes. These special abilities, this special applies to the fighter class. Any fighter units attached to this leader has an improved sighting range and ignores the ability of the enemy to fire first. That's very good for a fighter. We have Waldhausen, artillery, expert sport. This special applies to the artillery class. Any artillery units with this leader will automatically fire an additional sport fire. Very nice to have for artillery, Krogel, tactician. For infantry, any battles with adjacent enemies are hand-to-hand. Unless you're in town, usually battles are not hand-to-hand. So if a tank stumbles over an infantry division in the field, the tank will have the range and thus demolish the infantry. Unless the infantry leader is a tactician, in which case the infantry ambushes the tank and fights close quarters hand-to-hand battles. Unfortunately, he's only a 2-star promotion level. This represents the leader's promotion level, the number of actions the leader can perform in a turn. So this is the first and big thing you will notice, well, second best big thing you will notice, the big difference between Panzer General 3 and Panzer General 2. The leaders give you actions. As you can see, Fischer here, he can do 5 actions a turn, as opposed to just 1 move, 1 attack, that's it. Unless you're a recon, in which case you do 2 moves, maybe 3, and 1 attack. Fischer can actually attack 5 times in a turn, assuming the fighter he's flying is actually good enough to perform 5 attacks in a turn. Yeah, alright. These are all the forces we have already deployed. We have Fischer in a Messerschmitt 110. Boo! As you can see, Fischer can do 5 attacks in a turn. The 110 can only do 4. This is how many moves he can do. This is how many attacks he can do. And we have 2 slots available. Do we have anything there? I have forgotten all the hotkeys and I have forgotten what the menus. We also have a Stuka with Osher. It's not very good. Only 2 actions per turn. We have some recon. PSW 232 with Horse Recon. Any recon unit with this leader will have a greatly increased spotting range. Well, it's not bad for a recon. We also have a Panzer 3E who can attack 7 times. Feuermann, however, kinda sucks. Yeah, we have a lot of kinda shitty leaders. But yeah, at the start of the campaign, we have some good ones, veterans of the Polish campaign. However, well, we don't get all the veterans. 4 slots. I'm trying to see what leaders I have left. I have Dannenberg for leader tank commander. One thing you will notice when it says a tank leader 4 stars 1 slot, meaning he will only take 1 slot to deploy. Fischer, however, because it's a level 5, will take 2 slots to be deployed. So you need to balance how good your leaders are with how many units you want to have in the field. Because yeah, it's nice to have a Tiger tank that can attack 10 times in a turn, but it's usually better to have 2 Panzer IV, well, 1 Tiger and 1 Panther that will attack each 5 times in a turn. So these are the only limitations you have. the available slots. The other limitations, well, these are the only limitations you have, except these are the limitations. Alright, so don't have any to worry about prestige. You will get units based on the time of day and maybe how good you are, and maybe if you even capture some enemy units. Notice here I have 5 Panzer IIAs. If I lose all 5 Panzer IIAs, they're gone. Until the mission is done, the battle is done, I will not get more Panzer IIAs, unless, you know, some special events happen. So, the slots are your limit, and the unit numbers are limit. I only have 3 Panzer IVs available to me. So I cannot actually deploy more than 4 Panzer IVs in this battle. And if I lose them, they're gone. And they're also gone from further missions, I believe. More get added up, but, you know, problematic. Alright, what do we have actually? I know, I'm talking a lot, but, you know, some people don't know this. Panzer General 3 is ancient by this point. We also have anti-air defense. You could get an 88mm flag, which, as you can see here, is good against tanks as well, and infantry. No protection. Might as well read this. Raise units attack versus vehicle under normal conditions for comparative purposes. Units attack versus infantry. Raise the unit's defensive ability under normal conditions. I believe they are considered soft. And you know, why is it so hard for games to actually do this? They also have the support fire. This unit can provide defensive fire. It will fire at any enemy within range that attacks a friendly unit. The unit may fire support fire multiple times in a turn. So as long as you're in range, which for the 88mm flak it's free, and as long as it has actions available, it will provide support fire. So say a bomber attacks an infantry next to it within free range, the flag will engage it, as long as it has action points. So things to keep in mind, as well as artillery. Artillery has the same thing. And we have a bison, right? A Sig. It's a bison, right? I think. Range 3. Let's compare it with... Yeah... The 15 SFH 18 has more range, however it's not self-propelled. So we need to waste a turn deploying the field artillery, the howitzers. On the other hand, since we have actions, also movement types are different. This one's track, that's wheeled. Track means they can go pretty far, off-road as well. Road means they can go pretty far only on the road. I still have no idea what I want to do. I have some promotions, and these tanks are already deployed to these guys. I mean, we're gonna promote the Stuka pilot. We also have different uniforms, so you know who you're promoting. We're gonna promote the recon because we need him, and kinda wanna have something else. I'll think about it. I have 2 more units I need to deploy. I might just show you how this thing works, but yeah. Pilot. Recon leader 4 stars. I could use a second recon. That could be nice. Change order of battle. Sort by leader rank, I believe? Yeah. Or vehicle types, I believe. So we have 1 tank deployed, 1 recon, 1 self-propelled artillery of level 4. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We have paratroopers, Fallschirmjägers. And also, how good are paratroopers compared to this? Well, they only have a leader. 466, 4661. Alright, pioneers are also great. Pioneers, bridging? Movement across the river is much easier for this unit. Entrenchment, this unit can dig in much better than other units. And it's gonna be a long video without actually any gameplay. This is gameplay, by the way, technically. Without any combat, maybe. Enemy entrenchment is ignored when this unit attacks. So pioneers are already really good at killing entrenched units, like infantry in the town. And they have close support. If this unit is adjacent to a friendly unit, the friendly unit does not have to close assault. So basically, these guys can act as tank escorts. If an enemy infantry wants to attack them in the town, your pioneers will technically get in the way. They won't actually take any damage, but it will be as if the pioneers are protecting the tanks. So the tanks don't take as much damage. That's what close assault means. And you also have some grenadiers, which also have close assault. So as long as you keep your infantry, I believe all the infantry have close supports. As long as you keep the infantry next to the tank can actually do something against infantry in towns and in villages. It's not actually bad, although the grenadiers are 144. So we should replace them whenever we can. Assuming we have any. Do we have any? We have Stoßentroopers, which I have no idea what they are, but they're pretty good. We have Fallschirmjägers, which are inferior. Stoßentroopers are engineers. Interesting. They're not technically engineers, they're half engineers. They have combat engineers with them, so they ignore entrenchments. Yes. Not bad, Stoßentroopers. Not bad at all. Yeah, we might get one of those. Pioneers. Stoßentrooper are... They can attack more often. But they have less HP. Strength. I believe they have less HP. It's... I wish there was a number. 8. As opposed to 10. So they're easier to kill, but they fight harder. Ish. I think the pioneers are better. For most places. Yeah, because they also have breaching. Yeah, okay, fine. They take less damage. Defense rating. Do they though? Yeah, they have 2 more HP, so 4. Strength. Shows the strength unity. Green means active, yellow suppressed, and red destroyed. Strength can be restored using the repeat order. So... what does that mean? I'm not exactly sure what this means. Is this the damage block? So if a tank has 10 attacks, 7 will be blocked, or is it percentage-wise? 70% of that 8 damage will be blocked. There's a manual for this game. I just don't know it yet. I haven't read it in decades? At least a decade. In 10 years, I haven't read the manual for this game. Interesting. We're definitely not gonna bother with Gebirgsjägers. No, they're not bad. Ish. They're all terrain as well. It's much easier for this unit. You know what? How does this map actually look? It's Sedan. Sedan has some rivers, some hills. Yeah, no, we don't need Gebirgsjägers. I'd rather have better infantry. Fallschirmjägers. The Fallschirmjägers do not have engineers. They're good to deploy, drop them behind the enemy lines, but do we have rank 4 infantry though? Leader. Yeah, no, that's not even a leader. Where's my infant? Can you please show me? Forgot how I could get... Guess not. I'm missing my Panzer General 3D with Panzer General 3 Scorched Earth menus. Alright, wait a minute. I don't have any infantry left? Well, that's gonna suck. I have no more infantry leaders available. These are all of them. Alright, so I can get another tank, 2 tanks if I so desire. I can get a better recon, which might not hurt. More artillery, also not gonna hurt. You know, Nagel, you're a rank 4, but Waldhaus actually has a medal. He's an expert support. Bomber leader 3. Do you have anything for me, Richter? Nope. Go back. That's pretty much it. I could get the bomber leader, but I want the artillery. If the bomber was 4, I might have gotten that, but no. So... congratulations on the promotion, Waldenhaus, and go get me an artillery. Do I want the Presa? Sig 1B. Damage is the same, the range is smaller. It has more protection. It has less ammo. However, let's see. So meaning after 3 shots, I need to rearm it. I still need to breach Sedan. I think I'll get the... we can fire 3 times, reload once. Yeah, no, we'll get the SIG for now. Alright, so what bombers do we have? None. Fighters. I don't have a fighter pilot anyway, so... I kind of want to get the recon leader, but I need more units. What tanks do we have? We also get some anti-tanks. A Stug 3B. Technically, this should be an artillery, but fine. And a Panzer Jäger. Or we could get a flag. We could always get a flag. We could also get a flag. A real flag as opposed to an 88 anti-tank version. Which can do both. So the 88 flag is better. Wait, what's this? Entrenchment. Oh. I thought the tank destroyers had support. They don't. Alright, so if something attacks something next to the 88 flag, the flag will just ignore it. So for the ground, only infantry offer support? Only artillery? Yes. And this only applies against air targets. But since, you know, the anti-tank is gonna do the same thing. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a... yeah. I don't have an anti-air leader anyway, so it's gonna be tanks. Or artillery. I could get more artillery. Fuck that, I'm getting more artillery. More artillery is better. The artillery will smash everything. That's done, I think. There's nothing left. I'm also gonna save the game, because it might crash. Rommel... 1. It's that kind of game. It's ancient, it's working as system, it doesn't need to work. Luckily, in Panzer General 3, the GOG version, you can increase the zoom and then maybe get these things looking properly. So I'm using up and down keys to do this. There we go. You can kind of read his name and know what he's using. So those are our forces. Already there? What's that? You cannot deploy here. Yes, I know that. But deploy there. And the siege. Where are my units though? This is not a major victory, but if we take it, we might get some enemy equipment. Alright. That's one of our objectives. Alright, so these are supply depots basically. The enemy can deploy troops there as well as you can capture them for extra points. The houses are primary objective, you need to do this. Yes, we need that, and that one. Alternatively, I could do this. The squares with the yellow edge around them are primary objectives. I mean, this, what? That's a lot more than I expected. So we need to hit this, get down, then get there. And we could, you know, also grab all of these for extra points. Well, not point. Well, technically points also, but also maybe some bonuses. Like better units, capture units, promotions, refits, stuff like that. Alright. For now, we need to clear everything here, so... good. Yes, the game is ancient, and one of the big complaints people had with it is that the 3D effects, they looked awful. Yeah, it's one of the first 3D games, but the sprites of the second game actually look better. And there's plenty of games that use sprites that look better. So, this is one of the things that the DirectDraw wrapper did. It kind of fixed the edginess and the pixelated unit designs, but not really for us, because it doesn't work, as I said, invisible units. However, I believe this is gonna be the end of the first part. Maybe. Because I need to check some things, see if the volumes are fine. So when we come back, the war will actually begin. The phony war ends today.